What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I have my budget update for August. So most of my bills have come in, so we're gonna see how I stand. I'm also gonna do kind of a mid-year recap of where I stand with certain things going into the holiday season and preparations that I've already made. If this is your first video, welcome. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more. I try to post budget videos at this point about every Sunday or most Sundays. I am single. I'm a single parent to a 4-year-old girl, and I live in Canada. So just getting to my spending for the last, I believe this is technically like a week and a half, just because of how I did my numbers. Basically, the day that I'm filming this is August 20th. I'm not planning on spending any money tomorrow, so that will be to the end of this week that I am doing it for. So this is the rest of what I've spent, basically. So went to the dollar store, spent $71.97. I did grocery shopping, which was $49.89, which was lower than what I typically try and get it under. I've been pretty good of getting it under $50, which is great. I try and get it under 75 every week that I go. So I'm pretty happy with those numbers. I'm hoping that I can make it even lower, but one step at a time. Basically how I do my budget. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a second. Hold on. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, so then I went to Walmart, 82.26. Some of that was, a little bit was food, a little bit was for my daughter's birthday. I got some stuff for her because her birthday's coming up in September. And then just in my other category. So I basically bought 3 different categories. I broke it down when I did my accumulation numbers. Then today I went grocery shopping. This will be counted as like my grocery shopping for the next week, the week coming. So basically from the 22nd onward for that week, which was $47.31. I really did not need anything but my grocery store. So I go grocery shopping at Food Basic, and they're having like their buck sale, and a lot of stuff was only $1. So I got a lot of stuff for this 47. So I'm actually really happy with that number. That was everything in my Visa. So again, this is your first time watching my budget. The way I do my spending is that I put all of my spending into on my Visa, but I pay it off basically right away. So like right now, my balance on my Visa is $4.96. So that it balances out. There's never a balance on my Visa. I do that because I get a lot of money in cash back. So if you have a credit card and it has a cashback reward system, then my suggestion would be to put what you spend on your credit card, but make sure you pay it off. This only works if you are able to pay it off and you're able to have that kind of a system. If that doesn't work for you, if like you know you will overspend, then don't do that. This is my checking account. So I had a deposit, then I put some money on my Visa, then my bills, I paid my bills today. So my hydro was, I put 43. I rounded all the numbers out because I couldn't remember my exact numbers, and I didn't want to go online to get all my numbers. I couldn't exactly remember, so I just rounded everything up. Then $80 for my cell phone, and then $111 for my internet. So this is the balance in my checking account right now. I will have at least one more payment coming into my checking account for my unemployment. So I added up the numbers. So with the two categories that I have spent so far, I've spent $255.35 on food. So my budget is $300. So I'm getting close to that. So basically, how I do it is I do a lot of my budgeting numbers based on the system that the budget system that this planner was made by. So this is by Jordan Page, and for food she suggests doing $300, starting at $300 a month, and then $100 per person. So if you have 2 people, it's $300. If you have 3 people, it's $300. If you have 4 people, it's $400, and onwards. So I try and get it to be $300 every month. Food was definitely the place that I was overspending every month, so I'm doing a lot better. $255, which means I still have a little bit of money left over. If I need to get something, I probably will just need to get juice. My daughter always needs juice and cheese, so I'll probably get 1 or 2 things for her, but I should be around this number, which is very exciting. Then my other category was $332.63, which is over already. I budgeted for $300. I spent $332. I will be over. I did say, if you have not watched my previous budget, then definitely go back and watch that. But I did purchase a cooking class, basically a cookie class. I did 4 of them from how to cake it. 4 different ones, and so I'm using that more as an investment. So I said that I am totally okay with going over my other amount and taking it out of my savings, because I'm looking at it as an investment rather than regular over. So if I go over in my other, I am totally okay with that. I've made peace with that. I'll just take it out of my the money that I put into my savings account, and that will be, I'll balance out. So overall, I'm not doing that bad. I definitely know that my other category is something that I am going to look into to cut back. And then my subscriptions is definitely the other area where I've already improved on. So this is what I spent for subscriptions for this month. All my subscriptions have come in, so it's all done. When I did my last week's numbers and saw this number, I realized this is way too much and this is insane. I love Subscription Box, but I am getting kind of bored with them. Want to move on to some other things. So I have cut back to 3. So I pay for 3 every month at this point. So I pay for my KiwiCo box, which I do with my daughter, but that's for learning. I'm totally okay with that. Then I have my Paper Gang. I just started that. It's like a stationery subscription. I'm going to keep that for a little while. And then my Glossy box. I definitely feel like I will keep that at least until the advent calendar starts coming out, because that's why I wanted to get it, but it is fairly cheap. So I cut back on all of my other subscriptions. So I canceled Candy Funhouse. I canceled, there was another one in here, Snack Crate. I canceled my Vegan Cuts. There's one more that I canceled somewhere. There was a 3-month subscription that I had already canceled. And then there's another jerky box that I think I'm going to cancel as well, which I pay for 3 months at a time. So for September, it's definitely going to be under 200 for sure, probably under 150. I have to actually calculate the numbers for how much it's going to be, but I've drastically cut it down. So I'm already feeling much better about myself going into September. Okay, so now I just want to do a little recap for where I stand for the year so far with my sinking fund. So I do 2 sinking funds. Might add in 1 or 2 more for 2022, but one thing at a time. So I have my advent calendar, which I put $1,000. My sinking funds, my 2 sinking funds are already funded, by the way. This is stuff I've already funded. The money is already in my savings account sitting there for me to use. So the advent calendar, for any advent calendars or Black Friday shopping, that kind of thing, is why that amount is there. Then I just put presents. So this is presents in general. So this is birthday, Christmas, all of that kind of stuff. I put 2,000. I have spent a bit for some birthdays and stuff that have already passed, as well as preparation for Christmas. So I buy everything that is on when it's on sale. When I find a good deal, I kind of stock up. So I found a good deal on a bunch of toys. So I have a bunch of toys already in my stockpile for Christmas. I don't like to rush. I like to have everything beforehand in order to get deals in advance. So right now I have 1,053 left in my presents, Christmas, holiday, birthday sinking fund, which is not bad because, again, I've had a lot of birthdays that have already passed or that I've already gotten gifts for. So I only have a few more people to get for. I do think that I'm really trying to go more low key this Christmas, make a lot of the gifts, do stuff they'll actually use, kind of thing. So this definitely should be enough to stock. Then I have my regular savings account. So I have 4 different sinking funds that I am saving for. This is my emergency fund. This is the one I'm mainly doing. So I have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and 100. So 5,000 and 100 in my savings account. And then I have 300 towards moving out because I need to move out of my apartment. It is too small for me, and it is a goal for me. So these are my savings goal trackers. There's stuff that I still haven't put towards, but one thing at a time. If you are on a budget journey, and when I first started doing this, I started in May, and I definitely feel like when I first did it, I could see that my spending was a little out of control. I was spending too much money. If you are in that place, take it one step at a time. I felt really shitty about myself for a little while, that I wasn't doing a good enough job and kind of getting down on myself, but it is a process. It's a process. I was not overspending, so I'm not in any debt or anything like that. I'm just spending more and like not saving enough. Like I want to be focused on saving rather than spending. And I've been spending all my money and not saving a lot, saving a little. Sorry if you could hear the music outside. Saving a little, but not saving a lot. So if you are in that point, or even if you haven't made a budget because you're too scared, just start somewhere. I focused on one category a month. So my first category that I focused on was food, because that was where I've been overspending. Now I moved it to my subscriptions, which I think I've gotten way under control. And then next will be my other category, and my regular, just random spending that I'm doing to get that under control. So one thing at a time. I feel much better now that I've canceled a bunch of subscriptions and I know that is taken care of. My food is under control. I feel much better. What I think I'm going to try and do is do a low spend for September. We'll see how well that works out, but we will talk about that when I do my September budget. Something I am considering, one thing at a time. So those are all my numbers and my budget update for the year so far. I know that I could have done better. I'm not where I would like to be. However, it is a process and I am doing better than I was, one step at a time. So if you were there, I'm there with you. definitely like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications so that you get a notification for the next time I do this and the next time I upload my budget. If this is your thing and you are on a budget journey, then welcome. We can do this together. Know that you are not alone and there are other people who are struggling. If you are by yourself, you are a single person, especially if you are a single parent. I mean, it is not easy to do this 100% on your own, living by yourself. Even if you don't have a child, you're just a single person. I feel like the world's made to live with somebody. And so doing it single is very difficult. So know that you are not alone. We are all in this together. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely and fantastic day.